You know, a lot of the people I work with come to me thinking that their English is terrible, that it's so bad. They've spent years learning the language and something isn't right. Something is broken because they can't communicate freely when it matters most. Now, let me tell you, if you can understand me now, then your English is very good. You have spent a long time learning the language, and one thing I see time and time again is that it's not an English problem, it's a speaking under pressure problem. I call this the fluency gap. You can speak much more freely when you are relaxed, when you are speaking with friends, when it's more casual, there's no pressure. So your fluency feels much smoother. But the moment the pressure increases and other people are watching and you're feeling judged, you feel like every word counts, then you start to doubt yourself. You start to question your ability. You start to overthink every word. You start to analyze every thought. And, of course, you start to make more mistakes. You freeze. You hesitate. You continue to overthink. This is the problem. It's not because your English is bad. It's because you haven't trained to use it under pressure. It's a confidence issue at the core. Just think about a professional athlete for a second, like anyone, Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, whoever. Do you think those guys got so good at what they do by just sitting back and consuming videos about the sport? Do you think Ronaldo become one of the best players in the world by just watching videos of other footballers play football? No. He got to be one of the best players of all time by playing the game consistently, without missing a day. Now, I'm not saying you need to go as hard as Ronaldo. In fact, if you understand me now, you can get there much sooner with the right approach. But I want you to think about your fluency, about your English, about your communication skills as they are a skill. This is something you can learn, you can train. And with the right approach, you can get there so much faster than watching lots of videos and reading books and using apps that take you in circles. That's not effective. It's very stressful. And if you are someone who's a high performer, you need English for those meetings. If you're an executive, a CEO, an entrepreneur, or a professional who needs English, then you just need to follow the right approach. Have a training plan, just like an athlete. You're not consuming and just banging your head against the wall, hoping for results. You have a roadmap that you can follow that will take you from A to B. And today I'll tell you what you need to do in order to do that. First, you need consistent speaking practice. The problem with so many people is the reason they understand English much better than they speak it is because they have consumed so much more of the language. They've watched movies, they've listened to teachers talking, they've used apps, maybe they've used their voice a little, but not as much as they have listened and read. So naturally, they have a high comprehension, but a low production of the language. Again, in those pressure situations, it makes it even more apparent. So, just by speaking regularly, use your voice like a muscle. When you go to the gym, you exercise your arm doesn't grow overnight. But if you go consistently, even for 20 or 30 minutes, it will begin to grow and get stronger. And after a few days, a few weeks, a few months of consistency, and again, not overwhelming, not 1 or even 2 hour sessions, but even 10 to 15 minutes a day, absolute transformation. So that's what you need to train for now. You don't need more grammar, you don't need more vocabulary. That will come naturally as you continue to use the language and communicate with people. But right now, I just want you to speak often. You don't need to speak every day for 1 hour, 2 hours. That's not realistic for so many people. But if you can commit to 10 or 15 minutes each day, then you will see your fluency improve in just a few days. And after a few weeks, you will notice transformation. That's all about consistency, training your voice like a muscle. Not overwhelming yourself, but just committing each day a short amount of time. I recommend to my clients do it in the morning and just speak. Speak to a camera if possible. That's even better. If you make a recording, speak to your phone. 10 minutes, just talk freely, whatever comes to mind. And then you can watch it back. You can analyze yourself. You can see, how did you do? Build awareness. And then with that awareness, you can improve faster. It's not comfortable. No one likes doing that. But if you do it, you will improve. The next thing to do is to speak under pressure. Another thing that's not comfortable, but if you are serious about improving in those high pressure situations, you do need to train for them. I recommend having debates, role plays, or more engaged discussions where, let's say, maybe you're talking about something a bit controversial. That is where you will start to use your English with a bit of pressure. You might feel your heart racing a bit more. But by doing that, you are training yourself to perform like an athlete. So that's what I want you to do. Speak often and try to find an environment where you can speak under pressure. And if you need a place to do that, you are welcome to apply for the Fluency Code, a 12-week program that I built that takes people from overthinking, hesitating, afraid of making mistakes, to speaking with freedom, with fluency, with confidence, with authority, with trust in high-pressure situations. You can book a call with me by clicking the link below. And if you want a more casual place, you can also join the English speaking gym. There are live events every day. It follows the same system. You just get a little bit less personalization and accountability. You can claim a 7-day free trial for that one in the comments as well. Remember, keep speaking.